Okay, I'm going to zip through this kind of fast. Graph the equation, and then you got to find the answer for x and y in the system. This is a system. Okay, so on one side we got y equal to negative 3x plus 2. In the other equation we have y equals 2x minus 3. Do you have y and x in the equation? Yep. So make a wall on the y side as a y by itself. Yep. So you got your m and b. Slope yn. It's y equals mx plus b. Slope's negative 3. Put a 1 under it, and then plus 2. So you go up to positive 2 on the y-axis. Okay. And then from that point we go down 3, forward 1. Now you need the ruler to make straight lines, otherwise your lines are going to be terrible and you won't be able to see the point where they cross. Okay, and then the other one, do you have y and x in the equation? Yup. It's y by itself? Yup. MB. So slope yn. Slope's 2, put a 1 under it, and then minus 3 is your y-intercept. Okay, so I go up 2, forward 1. Up 2, okay, I'm fortunate enough, I just circle that and do it again, okay? So that's going to be our answer right there. But I want you to draw the full line, please. Okay? Alright, now we can find where we're at, okay? So, this is the x line. Where are we at? We're at 1, okay? 1 forward. 1 is the answer for x. What's the answer for y? Now this is the y line and we're at negative 1 for that. 1, negative 1. 1, negative 1. Okay, next problem. X minus y equals 5. Then we have 3x plus y equals 3. Not so lucky on this one. We have x and y. Is y by itself? No. Okay? So make sure these both have numbers in front. Make that plus negative. Okay? Now, if that's a negative multiplier of the y, negative 1 times y, if that's a negative, you need to do the opposite. So negative, positive, negative. Okay? Then make a 0x and you bring that 1x over to the 0x. Okay? Now remember, 1 times y, and then put your x down. You're going to have 1 for x, and then plus negative 5. Now divide everything by 1. 1 divided by 1 is 1, 1x. Negative 5 divided by 1 is negative 5. Now the y is by itself, and I have the m, and I have the b. Okay? Slope yn. Slope is 1 over 1, negative 5 is a y-intercept. So on the y-axis you go down to negative 5, okay? Then I go up 1, forward 1. Okay, and then that line goes on and on and on, okay? Okay, now in the second equation, 3x plus y equals 3. Okay, we have x and y here. Make a wall on the y side. Is a y by itself? No, it's not. So apply a 1 in front so we know what the coefficients are, the multipliers. So it's positive 1, so put a check mark. That means you don't do the opposite because it's already positive. So you make a 0x and you bring that 3x over. Okay. So 1 times y, 0 minus 3 is negative 3, and then plus 3. Okay, divide by your 1. It's going to give me negative 3x plus 3. Now I have the y by itself. You got your m, you got your b. So slope yn. Slope's negative 3 over 1, plus 3 is the y-intercept. So I go up to positive 3. Then I go down 3, forward 1. Slopes rise over run. The rise can be negative, but the run should be to the right. Okay. Now the line, and then do it again. Okay, there's already a point there, so just circle it. Okay. And I have my crossing point right there. Remember, if you don't have that circled, you put it yourself and circle it. Okay? So, this is the X line. Where's that point at? It's at 2. Okay? This is the Y line. Where's that at? Well, on the Y line, it's at negative 3. Okay? It's forward. That point from the middle is forward 2, down 3. So 2, negative 3. Okay, next problem, y equals 5x plus 2, y equals 3x. Okay, it's not going to be a hard problem, but there's something that might throw some of you off. You have y equals 5x plus 2, and then y equals 3x. Okay, we have x, we have y. Okay, so wall the y, is y by itself? Yes, so that's good. I have my m and b. So the slope is 5. The y-int is 2. Put a 1 under your 5. So you go to 2. Then from there you go up 5, forward 1. Can't do it again, that's fine. Okay. So take your ruler and just make it with the 2 points. Okay, and in the other equation, y equals 3x, okay? Is y by itself? Yup. You got m. Now, if you don't have a b, you put plus 0, okay? You can do that. So slope is 3 over 1. The y-int is 0. So that means the y-intercept's just in the middle, okay? Then I go up 3, forward 1. So up 3, forward 1, up 3, forward 1. Now these are going to cross, but they're going to cross at a weird angle, and that's fine, okay? That's fine. Don't get frustrated by that, okay? So you mark where you think they about cross. Looks to me like it's about right there, okay? And I just mark that point and circle it. Don't get real frustrated on that, okay? So that point on the x-axis, that's the one going sideways, it's at negative 1. On the y-axis, it's at negative 2, okay, because you got negative 1, negative 2. That's approximately where they would cross, okay. Next problem, y equals 2x minus 1, negative 6x plus 3y equals negative 3, okay. Y is by itself, you got your m, b. Remember, if you have y and x, you block off the y side, and if y is by itself, great, it's easy, okay. So the slope's 2 over 1, and you got minus 1. Okay, so negative 1, then up 2, forward 1. Okay, there's your first equation. Now the other equation we don't get quite as fortunate, okay? Because you got to get the y by itself. Well, the good news is the y times number, the 3 is positive, so that means check it, make a 0x, and then bring over the 6x, so you don't have to do the opposite rule. So you got 3 times y, 0 plus 6 is 6, plus negative 3. I divide all that crap by 3, because now the y is going to be by itself. That's going to be 2x plus negative 1. Funny thing's going to happen here. Slope 2 over 1. Y-int, negative 1. Okay. So negative 1, ooh, I got a point, circle it. Up 2, forward 1, keep going. Circle it. It's the same line. So that is called IMS, infinitely many solutions. You don't need a coordinate for that. Okay, 2 more on the back side. Negative 2x plus y equals negative 8. Then we have 2x minus y equals positive 8. So you're going to have negative 2x plus y equals negative 8. And then 2x minus 2y equals 8. Do you have y and x? Yep. Is a y by itself? Nope. Put a 1 in front of it. Is that a positive or a negative right there? It's positive, so put a check mark. You don't switch the signs then, okay? So then I put a 0x and bring the 2x over. 1 times y, you got x, 0 plus 2 is 2, then add the negative 8 after it. So divide everything by 1. And y equals 2x plus negative 8. You got your m, you got your b. So the slope is 2 over 1, of course, and the y-int is negative 8. So you go down to negative 8 on the y-axis. Then we go up 2, forward 1. Okay, now in the other equation, 2x minus 2y equals 8. Okay, got x, got y, make a wall on the y side, and we obviously have to get the y by itself. So make that plus negative. Okay, that's a negative. You need to apply the, don't put a check mark, you apply the opposite rule. So negative, positive, negative. Now create your 0x, so you add 2x. So 2 times y, 0 plus 2 is 2, and then add negative 8. And divide all that stuff by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1x, negative 8 divided by 2 is negative 4. Okay, so MB, and the slope is, remember, if it divides into a decimal, you leave it as a fraction. Okay, so it's 1 over 1, then negative 4. Okay, so negative 4 is the y-intercept. Then you go up 1, forward 1. Remember, no decimals. If you divide and it's a decimal, you leave it as a fraction. So up 1, forward 1, up 1, forward 1. And they're going to cross. We just will need to make the point ourselves. Okay, nothing wrong with that. Okay. So I mark the point where they cross right there. Okay, and circle it. Okay, now that point I didn't graph exact, that's fine. So this is the X line. Where are we at on that line? We're at 4. And this is the Y line. Looks like we're right in the middle, so the Y would be 0. Okay, that's okay. Okay, and then on the last problem, y equals 2x plus 4, y equals 2x minus 8. Okay. Y is by itself, nice, okay, less work for us. Slope 2 over 1, y-int plus 4, okay. So you go to 4, up 2, forward 1. A lot of people say up and over. I don't like that because over could be this or this way. Okay, now the next one. Slope's 2 over 1, and then negative 8's the y-intercept. So we go down all the way to negative 8. Okay, it's down there. You just can't get it very good. Up to forward 1. Gonna notice something here. There's two separate lines, but they don't cross, so they're parallel. You write parallel, no solution. Okay. Remember, IMS is when they're the same line. And parallel is no solution. Then you have these problems here to do. Okay. 5 of them.